Don People's Deadbolt. Let's talk about it. And yeah, man, let's get into it. Now, obviously, man, we had the other day Ja Rule versus Fat Joe for the versus battle. Now, to me, I really wasn't anticipating this too much. I mean, Ja Rule had his hits. Fat Joe done had a few hits. But they really didn't excite me for this versus battle. But what has happened is this thing that got spiced up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because this has reignited the beef and the conversation between 50 Cent and Murder Inc. So watching this versus, it just brought out a lot to me, man. It opened up a can of worms. I mean, it just made me think about a lot of the old times when Ja Rule reigned supreme. You know what I'm saying? But what's really then took the conversation piece away from when Ja Rule reigned supreme is Irv Gotti making his comments in the versus chat in regards to 50 Cent. Now, this is a situation where Irv Gotti will never get over. This is a situation to where you've been destroyed by a man that you were supposed to finish, that you thought was finished. And he's come back and he's taken away which was a very promising, rich, and lucrative career. So this is a situation that he's always going to feel bitter about. So for him to lash out the way he did and speak, what he feels is his truth, I just feel like it was kind of, dog, come on, man. You got to let it go. So Irv Gotti, man, commented in the versus chat and said, all y'all talking that 50-ish. All good. He got beat up, stabbed up, shot up, and sued us. And that's all I'm going to say. Your hero ain't what you think he is. Period and facts. Now, these words, man, that he unleashed on my man 50, a lot of this stuff might hold a little merit. But it holds merit back in the early 2000s. I think might have been late 90s, 99, 2000. This was something that you should have campaigned and went hard for at that time. I wouldn't have cared if the feds was on me because I would have known that if this shit don't get squashed or if I don't address this, then we ain't gonna have nothing to come home to as far as rep, music-wise, nothing. So, looking at him release this message, obviously has now opened up the conversation, and brought up those memories. Because seeing Ja Rule on that stage, once upon a time was one of the biggest artists in the world. Had a mitt, more money than 50 and Fat Joe combined. And it's just the way that the whole situation played out. And even though it was good music being exchanged, it just seems like Irv Gotti's comments really just opened up a wound and it made us remember, oh, that's what happened to you guys. But Ja Rule, to go through what he went through, like I said, being one of the biggest artists in the world, to now, he was kind of getting clowned by Fat Joe on the verses. Fat Joe talking about he didn't put all his circle on, everybody rich, Fat Joe's clowning Little Mo and Vita and just his whole squad. And then tops it off by giving Ashanti and Remy Ma Birkin bags. It just kind of showed up your pockets. And I know you still getting a little royalty bread from the tracks that you dropped and stuff like that, but you ain't getting that fresh money. You're not getting that Fat Joe money. You're not getting that you're still relevant money. So you can't splurge like that. You can't go in like that. So to see Fat Joe kind of take it to the bread side, and I see you was trying to clown him, talking about, yeah, you don't write your own flows and stuff like that. Yeah, that might be true, but Fat Joe is relevant, and Fat Joe's still getting the bag, and you haven't found a way to become relevant and get a bag. You know, you had a situation to where you was trying to get on your feet and you was trying to do events and you got into a sloppy situation. It just don't make any sense for y'all to keep trying to open up these wounds with 50 Cent and with Murder Inc. Because right now, everybody pushing mid 40s. The reign is over. Like I said, you guys should have did everything in your power to make sure that this dude didn't dominate y'all the way he did. Because he definitely 48 laws empowered you guys. And that's why I see why Robert Greene gave him the 50th law. Because he really destroyed you past to where you could never come back again. And that's in this situation where you had Rick Ross and 50 Cent beefing. You know, he couldn't destroy Rick Ross like that. Rick Ross is solidified now. You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't do him, and he tried to do him and had all the ammunition and everything he needed to destroy him, but he couldn't do it. But you guys got destroyed. And I understand the feds was on you guys the whole time y'all was beefing, and it just made it real crazy. Y'all couldn't really get at him the way you wanted to. But you should have understood the urgency behind this shit. Like, this dude was destroying y'all brick by brick. You was supposed to drop, come out, do whatever, send hitters, whatever, to squash that and put out that fire. You feel what I'm saying? But since you didn't do that, now you look up 15 years later, 17 years later, you know, you guys are irrelevant. You doing the verses, and it just, hearing your old tracks made me remember who you used to be and how you were on top of the game and you was holding it down, and nobody was messing with the ink. I remember Nas was about to sign with the ink at one point in time. Like, y'all was that ish. But I think y'all need to leave this beef alone with 50, man. Right now, he's dominating the cable airwaves. You know, he has multiple shows. He's super relevant. And yeah, 50 did signify the era of when we started respecting the nigga who got shot over the shooter. You know, basically the underdog over the bully. Because y'all technically really did bully 50 and them at the beginning. I mean, obviously it's no secret. It's documented. Hamo went after 50, you know, tried to turn his TV off. He didn't do it. He ended up getting killed later on. Y'all niggas really had some real wars, stabbings, the whole nine. And y'all was the bullies at that time. Y'all had the real street niggas, had Kenneth McGriff behind y'all, the whole skip. You know what I mean? So y'all was really solidified out here. But I think the one move that y'all made that was wrong was y'all let this man keep breathing. And by that, and not responding like the way you were supposed to respond, treating him like he was a little dude, not knowing that once Wankster went Billboard and just smashed the charts, and then he followed up with Go Shorty, it's your birthday. Man, you was supposed to jump out Kung Fu kicking at that point. You feel me? But you didn't. So you let 50 Cent dominate and wipe you guys from existence. Now all you got is classics. Nothing that you could really drop. Irv, you got people mad at you because they feel like they ain't get their just due. Nobody on Murder Inc. really seen no money but Jai. You know, 50 done made millionaires. Fat Joe done made millionaires. Murder Inc. So I think on this situation, man, you shouldn't have even sent that tweet or, you know, into the chat of the Verzuz. I think you need to leave that situation alone and try to slowly build back. And I hope that you can use this spotlight from the Verzuz to get Jai back popping. Maybe get on the track, get going, this is the time. Just like the Locks took advantage of their opportunity, I think Ja Rule needs to find a way to take advantage of this opportunity as well. But to be out here still bitter from the destruction that 50 Cent did to you guys, I don't think we can go that way no more. He's above y'all. He's not even in y'all league anymore. I don't think he'll never address you head on either. So I would say leave that alone and move forward, man, and try to make something out of your career at this point. But y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Did y'all enjoy the verses? Did y'all feel that Fat Joe really just clowned Ja Rule and was pocket checking him the whole time? Do you feel that Herb should have sent that chat tweet talking about, what he said about 50? I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all hit the notification tab so y'all can tap in every time I drop a video. It's your boy Don Peoples. Deadbolt. Gone.